Failed in her attempt to run for governor. She had virtually no polling.
Taking
Came back and
shots.
she
I
said, well,
love it.
now I'll go back to get Trump again. And this is what we have. It's a scam. It's a sham. Just so you know, my financial statements are phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
They're the best ever.
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is our show. You're my co-host. You're my wife. Welcome. Let's get this thing started. What do you think, Ian?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And
I like it.
Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate your support, your love. And as always, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Peace.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bye-bye. All right. What do you think of that? How's that for a quick episode?
Send it.
All right, there's our intro. We're not doing shit today. If you didn't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. This is how it normally goes. I'm going to start the timer. It's not working. All right, let's go. Welcome, guys. Zach,
What's
as
up?
always, the Protect Your Purpose shirt. I love it. Kind of repping today.
Repping the brand.
Yeah. Lindy, what up? How you doing, babe?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Enjoy you being here. You always bring a smile to my face. I think you bring a smile to everyone's face.
I don't know.
More so than we do.
Did you just hit puberty
Yeah,
there, Lindy?
for sure.
What
Yeah.
happened there?
Did your
She's
ball-
not used to compliments.
Did your balls just drop?
Lindy's not. She's never gotten compliments before. She didn't
choked
know
her
what
up.
to say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Anyway, all right, what are we talking about today, Ian? We got a quick show here for you today. We're gonna talk about some news, but before we get started, why don't you tell them what to do, tell them where to find us and all that shit you
Well,
say.
if you want the freest news in all of the land, make sure you help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button because it's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, guys.
Boom.
And really do that though.
Yes.
Like for real, share the show, and for real, I don't care if you like post it on social media, but share it with your friends. Tell your friends about us.
Well, and also, you can only say this for that much longer is that you're part of the first 10K on YouTube because we just hit 7, so 10K is coming up. So be part of the first 10K.
That's right. And that
And then
is
when Matt runs for president in 2028,
no way.
you can say that you were part of the first 10K.
Don't be 10,001.
Dude, they'd
Yeah,
off
don't
me.
be
You
that
don't want to be
person.
that guy.
Don't be that guy.
You don't want to be 10,000.
I do know the
10,000 would be
lady,
cool.
though, that was 1,000.
The lady
Oh,
that
your
was
daughter.
My oldest
Oh yeah,
daddy.
yeah, that's right.
Daddy.
That's right. Awesome. Anyway, all right. So today we're gonna bring you some up to date news shit. I don't know what we're gonna
Trump,
talk about. But Ian's
Trump's
got some
trial
stuff.
started today, officially.
Oh, for what's he on trial for? Anyway?
Dude, I have lost track of these trials.
yeah, who knows
I don't know.
anymore?
So this
like
is
you've watered down a indictment of a former president who is a current presidential candidate, the current long shot front runner, so much to the point where you've got a podcast host and guests on the podcast, like frequent regular guests on the podcast, a co-host, a podcast producer, and we don't even know what the hell he's being indicted for.
So what he is in court for today is the New York Attorney General Lolita James is taking Trump to court after a 3-year investigation found that he and others within the Trump organization repeatedly used false or misleading financial statements to broker deals, attain favorable loans, and bolster the appearance of his net worth.
I am shocked this is happening in New York.
Yeah, go figure, right?
What
Isn't
do we
this
got?
what every deal for every building in New York is?
Trial will be dedicated to determining whether and how much Trump will have to pay for the verdict.
He should owe at least $250 million
$250 million.
for profiting off loans that were awarded based on false or misleading financial statements.
Now, is he like defaulted on these loans or something? Like, why is this an issue if he's paying them back?
That's a
Because
really
he's
good
running for
question.
president.
Yeah, because he's the front runner for president.
He's the runner.
He's the runner. He's the only runner for president. Listen, man.
Don't care.
All right. So
So I have some clips of Trump talking before and after, and it's basically him saying,
you're an idiot. This is
"This
a
is all a
hoax.
sham."
This is a hoax. This is
And he
All right.
something. This is the greatest
This is the great. Yeah.
witch hunt ever in the history of mankind.
Donald Trump. Let's go. Ian, tell yourself to roll that video.
Roll that video. Pew pew.
Oh, that one was clean. That was clean.
clean.
This is a continuation of the single
Russia hoax.
witch hunt of all time. We have a rogue judge who rules that properties are worth a tiny fraction, 1/100. A tiny fraction of what they actually are. We have a racist attorney general who's a horror show who ran on the basis that she was going to get Trump before she even knew anything about me. She used this to run for governor. She failed in her attempt to run for governor. She had virtually no polling.
Taking
Came back and she
shots. I
said, well,
love it.
now I'll go back to get Trump again. And this is what we have. It's a scam. It's a sham. Just so you know, my financial statements are phenomenal
Phenomenal.
They're the best ever.
in terms of the numbers used. than the
All right,
actual
you've been listening to
work.
Donald Trump as he's getting ready to walk into the court.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think I know what's going on here. All right. So on a financial statement, here's what you have.
Yeah,
you have,
learn me up on this.
Yeah, you go for a commercial loan or like a large loan. They want to see what does your personal financial sheet or your personal financial statement say about you. It tells your story. And included in that is, so it's like a net worth calculator. Basically, you put all of your liabilities, all of your assets on a sheet, and then your monthly bills that go out, and it'll show cash flow ability, it'll show income ability, and most importantly, in this situation, it shows what the value of your assets are. And that is usually decided by the person who's filling out the financial statement. Okay. Now, what it seems like they're saying, or what's in question is, sorry for the interruption there.
Nice little wind chime.
Nice little wind chime. So what we're looking at is Donald Trump filled out, or I assume his accountant or his CFO of one of his many
Donald
businesses,
Trump did fill it
his
out.
personal CFO filled out on the values of the business. Now, a bank who's looking at your financials, that's what they're looking at, a personal financial statement for you to, and your ability to get a loan. Okay. Now, what it seems like he's saying is the judge looked at his personal financial statement, which is a corrupt rogue judge, as he put it, and looked at it and said, oh, Donald Trump put the value of this building, presumably a piece of real estate, was $100 million. And now that adds $100 million to that bottom line. And what the judge probably looked at it, because there's so much.
It seems like very relative.
Well, yeah, and there's different ways of interpretation
Right.
and personal opinion on that. Like a bank, like I'll write on mine, this is worth $1 million, and then the bank's going to look at it and be like, well, I'm going to give you 40% of that because that it's a unique property or whatever it is. It'd be very hard to sell, but that doesn't take away from the value. Now, however he valued that, obviously, because that's up for interpretation, they can easily now say, if he said that was worth $100 million, anyone, doesn't matter who, in this case a judge, says it's worth $25 million, we now have the potential of a $75 million fraud. But that's reviewed by whoever gives them the bank loan.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't
So,
the bank decide
The
if they
bank
want it?
decides that. I mean, if I could
If they
take
gave
my,
him the money,
right.
Like,
I could take my house, put it on a financial statement, and say, "Here you go, my house is worth $70 million," and the bank's going to go, "Your house is worth $500,000." Okay, so whatever you wrote on this is fine. The bank makes the determination on what they value the property as, and that's what they determine
So-
on. So
It's kind of sound like this is the greatest witch hunt. of all
like Trump
time.
is nailing it on the head. Like this is ticky tacky, man. What are we doing here?
listen, bro,
what are we
this is-
wasting
It is,
resources
it's
for
just-
on this shit?
Listen, I mean, we deal with it every day. And I mean, every time I talk to my accountant, every time you go for a bank loan, like just because I think I could sell something for $1 million doesn't mean I'm going to, but it also totally based on my, salesmanship ability, I might be able to sell it for 1.2 million.
It's like a guesstimation,
Right.
essentially.
And depending on what the market is right then, and I mean, there's so many variables that go into financial statements, and I think it's incredible. But I think I think it's incredible that they are able to get an indictment off of things like that,
That's what I was just going to say.
It's a
How
ro-
hard is this going to be to prove?
bro.
It's impossible, isn't it?
It's
like-
impossible. We know that's
Unless it was like a super egregious, like you just said, a $700 million house that's worth
And that's-
$500,000.
That's
Either
That's not
way.
the point, though. The point of it is just to dirty his name, to keep
Well, of
dirtying his
course,
name,
right.
to make voters second. Just like when that's what they did with the Capitol.
But what
they
I'm
made
saying
it
is,
sound like it was his fault.
what I'm saying is,
Of
everybody
course.
who hates Trump needs to look at this
Oh,
and be
yes.
like, why are we doing this to him?
Well, here's
Like,
the
what-
problem.
This is not a, well, apparently it is a crime, but it's so ticky.
But the people who hate Trump love this. They want, like, yes, don't let him run.
But this is
Let's
why
put him in
this is
jail.
why our criminal justice system is
fucking
untrustworthy and a joke. Yes.
Yep.
So you're just cheering on fucking wrongfully accusing people of shit that they shouldn't be accused of.
You're making everybody else who is wanting him in jail look like idiots once he comes out and they prove nothing.
Well, they don't care about that. This is for the short term. At the end, they don't say Trump was arrested on this show. They say Trump was indicted. They have a video or a picture of him in handcuffs or turning himself in. They've all they want to write history is these little snippets of truth, and then they rewrite their story and they show these as the background. This is what really happens. Now, here's the real kicker. The way he delivered that and the way he talks, the people that are indicting him in the court of public opinion and that are prosecuting him and finding him guilty in the court of public opinion, the regular everyday American has no idea how a personal a PFS works, how a bank loan works on a commercial loan, how valuations on a property. Instead, what they're hearing is Donald Trump lied about the value of his building.
He stole $250 million.
Right. He stole $250 million is what it sounds like. But you let off great with the question, did he default on these loans or something?
Right.
Because why does it matter? It doesn't matter as long as you don't default on those loans.
Right.
And when you default on the loans and then they find out that you lied and they said, hey, and it isn't going to be on the value of a property because the bank doesn't give a shit what you write as the value of your property. You can lie about things like, how much, if you say you have a property that you don't own, or you
There you
say
go.
you have assets that you don't have.
There.
But the bank is going to look at that and go, look at this asshole. He wrote that he's got 50 million in assets, reality 5 million in assets. But everyone, thinks their shit is worth more than it is.
Right.
And that's why the bank doesn't care. They don't care what you value your assets at. So the fact that
My guess would be most banks assume you're going to inflate the value of your assets.
of course. and actually my commercial loan officers, my bankers laugh because they tell me that. Like, yeah, we don't really care about that because we're going to use a way lower value to loan you money on.
Right.
Because if they can the bank is going to loan you money based on what they think they can unload that property
Yep.
or that asset
If you
for
do default, what is worst case
Right.
scenario? Are they going to lose money or not?
in a fire sale.
Yep.
So they're going to give me 75% or 80% or less of that loan to value anyway. And if you're putting it on a financial sheet, they're going to say 60%.
Right.
And they might even look at it and be like, dude, you are so far off.
Let's
It
go
doesn't
50.
Yeah. Like I could say my business is worth $20 million. Bank's going to look at it and look at my balance sheet and say, what are your assets worth? And we're going to give you 70% of that. Here's the reality. The average everyday American has no idea. And even his delivery of his explanation, he made it
Confuses
sound
it.
right.
Yeah.
What he should be doing is saying, now listen up, people. Let me explain to you how this works. But nobody's going to listen to that shit.
I have a financial statement.
Oh, right.
The
So-
greatest financial statement ever.
Right. They are taking advantage
Phenomenal.
of
So
the
phenomenal.
lack of knowledge and understanding of this situation and presenting it to the
They're
everyday
painting a
American.
narrative.
They're painting their own picture.
Like
with
Trump is a huge criminal doing something that
And the sad
literally
thing-
every business owner has probably done in it at some point,
So-
trying to get a loan.
I mean, it's just how you fill out it's not every, yeah. I mean, it's what everyone does. Like,
The
what is
worst
this
part
worth?
Is there's more people in this country that don't understand what you just described, so will fall for
Correct.
this.
Yep. And they know that, and that's why they do that.
And he didn't do himself any favors from that piece. He just comes out and says, this is a hoax. This is a witch hunt.
I am loaded.
Right.
So the best part of this whole thing, so that was him prior to going into court.
My financials are amazing.
This next clip is him coming out of court.
That's a
and
nice freeze frame right there.
He's
too.
very, I know, right?
All right, let's go.
He's very much on the attack here.
Page is ruling because Palm Beach County said he was totally wrong, and he was ruling based on them. He ruled we didn't even have a chance to testify. I got a call last week, sir, we lost part of the case. I said, the trial didn't even start. You know, the trial starts, I guess, today. He ruled that we lost a big part of the case because he's a Democrat club politician. He's a Democrat operative, and he's a disgrace to people that call themselves judges. And I hope my lawyers go in, and I hope they fight him very hard, because this guy's getting
not your
away
internet,
with
that's the video.
murder. And his clerk should not be allowed to be in his ear on every single question. You take a look at what's happening with her. She hates Trump more than he does.
A lot to unpack there. MSNBC anchor Lindsay Reiser live outside.
Amen.
Yeah, he's hot.
In New York. Lindsay, the former president, obviously.
Yeah. I didn't even need to watch any of this because it's the same song, same dance
For all of his court cases.
on repeat. Democrat judges, you know, and I don't even want to say they just do it really well. I don't even want to say Democrat or Republican because surely it happens on the other side of political persecution. Here's the final message to the viewers in our audience on Trump that I have to give. You're welcome to give whatever messages you want. My final message on the Trump piece, it's going to be very simple. Do not believe what the media is telling you. Like, it's almost always the exact opposite. If they say you should do white, you should do black. If they say you should do up, you should do down. If they say you should do tall, you should do short. If they say you should, eat this, you shouldn't eat that. If they say you should take this drug, you shouldn't take that drug. If they say you should mail in your ballot, you should go and show up and vote in place. If they say we should allow the immigrants because the plain and simple fact is that if they make our lives easy and if they actually solve these problems that they claim to be solving, they're out of a job. They have nothing to campaign on. They have nothing to divide us on. They have nothing to run on. They have nothing to solve. They don't want these problems solved. It's very simple. And from a political aspect of things, if the Democrats are telling you that a Republican did this, it's probably not true. If a Republican is telling you that the Democrats did that, also probably not true. Like, this isn't one-sided. This is both sides.
It's politics.
It's politics. And they're liars. They're professional liars. That's why they lie to you right to your face. You show them video evidence that they lied. Then they have the fact checkers come in, and then they deny it, and they know we're so short-minded and so short-memoried that it eventually gets buried. They give us a distraction, and boom, buried in the news. The lie remained a lie, but no one ever discussed it.
And I would just add on to that point when we're talking about like criminal cases and Trump. Look at it. Don't look at it through a Trump lens. Let's just look at it through a crime lens. Like,
Right.
Is what he did actually a crime? And if you look deep, you can see there's nothing to this, man. This is bogus. Like, he thought his property was worth more than a judge did. Where's the crime there, right? I mean, if it was your neighbor getting accused of this, would you be like, oh, you should go to jail now,
Sure.
dude.
Now,
how dare you do that?
Full disclosure on that. I don't know if there was, that's one little piece of the evidence that
Right.
Trump said. I'm making this judgment. We are making this judgment based off of what we just saw
Right.
and what he said. But maybe there is evidence of another crime. But, dude, this is something like if you dig deep enough, here's the problem. If you launch the investigation in search of the crime, it's anti-American. Like, it's innocent until proven guilty. You don't get to launch the investigation in search for the crime. You have to actually have a crime to launch the investigation, and they don't have that. And so often, dude, that's what they use. That's how they do it. I mean, it happened to me. It happened to my wife in the military. Don't know what you did, but you pissed us off, so we're going to launch an investigation for you and dig and dig and dig and dig and dig until we can find something that's even bullshit.
Right.
And make it so difficult for you to even fight it to where you're hurting yourself to fight it, to where you just say, F you, this is so stupid. But it's what they do. When you launch an investigation in order to find a crime, which is what they're doing, and they don't care if
Right.
they actually prosecute
Doesn't
them.
matter.
Doesn't matter.
Just look at the timing.
Doesn't change any. Right. This is political. This is very much anti-American to have
100%.
a former president, and they keep doing it. I mean, sitting president. They did it when he was in the White House. And meanwhile, we've got a president literally sitting in office who has a hollow brain, who isn't really running the country. He's obviously senile.
Children doing coke in the White House.
He obviously isn't capable of running this country, and he's not. He's obviously not running. He's not making decisions in this country. He can't form a sentence.
Mitch McConnell's the one actually running it.
Oh yeah, even better. No, yeah. Anyway, it's ridiculous, but the bottom line is, listen, people, they are trying to divide us. They are lying. They are trying to, for whatever reason, be it on purpose, so we are divided and Trump's a part of the plan, or
Just to make us
He won't go with what they're telling him to do.
Right.
Like when he fired Comey and just, I don't know, man.
well, he said it a while back. They don't want me.
Mm-hmm.
They want you. I'm just standing in their way.
Yep.
They're not coming after me. They're coming after us. He's just in the way. So it's either that or,
He's making a lot of money to be the bad guy.
yeah, he's just a bad guy, and this is all about us getting
It's
each
all the
other
dog
to
and
fight.
pony show.
Yeah, this is either just us getting us to fight each other. But either way, his message is the right message, and either way, what we all should be doing is uniting around one thing, and that is our politicians and our media are lying to us, and they've made it so difficult for us to understand the difference between a truth and a lie, and they've watered down our words. We have to, you say it. Like Cora, ice cream is healthy. You say it. Well, it's not healthy. That's a girl. You say it. You say it. That Olympian is a girl. Well, I don't want to say it. That doesn't look like a girl. But say it, or you're a racist. Well, hold on a second. Let's talk. Nope, say it. And when they watered down our language, they changed the definitions of words. There is no more truth, and now they could just lie, and say, no, that's the truth. And if we will openly say that a grown ass man with a beard and a penis is a girl because he's got a wig on and a dress, why can't they say President Trump is a criminal and you say it? Why can't they? They can. They're doing it. So, and he might be a criminal. He probably is a criminal.
I mean, I'm not. I don't doubt he did.
He was
that.
probably a really good criminal, and it's going to be really hard for them to uncover his criminal activity because surely he's been rich for a really, really long time. And he probably had the best of the best criminal defense attorneys watching out for his back as he was committing the crimes. I don't know. That would be my guess. Purely speculation here, but I don't know that this is an
Or they
actual
just
crime.
hate him so much that they
Yeah,
just can't
of
let
course.
it go.
Anyway, let's get started. Ian, what else you got? You got
Uno
something
mas?
else?
So we got something about somebody pulling the fire alarm.
Oh, yeah,
The other
that a politician, right? A lawmaker.
Yep.
Congressman or something?
Yep.
Or
I got
senator?
a
What
clip
was
right
he?
here.
All right, let's hear it.
I got you. And this one's on Fox News.
Propaganda machine number 2.
New York
Right.
Congressman Jamal Bowman, the former school principal, caught red-handed pulling the fire alarm inside a House office building. The drama started earlier this afternoon when the House Administration Committee alerted reporters that the congressman pulled the fire alarm. Bowman told Fox he needed to open the door badly and thought that pulling the alarm would do the trick. Meanwhile, House Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene pointed out that Bowman violated the same law being used to prosecute January 6th.
Ooh, good point, Marjorie.
Oh, wow.
Talk about Jamal Bowman pulling the fire alarm. Capitol Police are questioning him right now because it's on video that he violated the exact same law that January 6th defendants are being prosecuted for every single day.
And going to jail
He
for it.
violated the exact same law, interrupting an official proceeding, and by pulling a fire alarm, it's on video.
Well, and
Crazy.
MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not sure if I could trust her either.
Yeah,
but
I don't know about her. But
she says all the right things.
That's a good point. It's a
That
really good
is a good
point.
point, though. Yeah.
Here's the deal, people. If they can lie, it goes right
He
back
tried
to
opening the door,
does
Matt.
Ian.
Is
it
a door
doesn't-
opener.
It was an insurrection. It was an insurrection, and you don't get to say anything else. And we watch videos of them literally being escorted by the Capitol Police officers into the offices, showing they're on a tour, praying.
White House tour.
Yep, sitting there, sorry, saying they don't want to disrespect anything in our house, public building. It was an insurrection. It's a girl. Leah Thomas is a girl. You say it. Ice cream is healthy. You say it. Doesn't matter. January 6th, criminals, insurrection. This guy, innocent, just wanted to get out, doing the right thing. This is what I'm trying to do. Goes back to the last message. They are lying to you. Whatever they're telling you is a lie. Why? Because that's how because in 2023 you don't get to do what they used to do. They used to lie, but there wasn't a camera on every corner. There wasn't a camera on every single house, on every single's pocket.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I love how they caught this guy on camera, but can't get a plane coming in the Pentagon.
There wasn't even a camera at the Pentagon. Right. They're lying.
Got him pulling the door opener though.
All I gotta say
They
to
got
people,
a camera right on that fire alarm.
Right on that fucking fire alarm. But not on the Pentagon.
brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Today, oh, by the way, what are we drinking today, Zach?
Black coffee, iced.
Dunkin'.
Iced black coffee. I don't know why I said it.
I think
that
it's
way.
actually
Iced
like
black
a-
coffee.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah, we're still fasting. Listen, here's the deal. Well, let's talk about that for the next 5 or 10 minutes and get off of this shit because
get off
I am
that
so annoyed. But it's such political theater and political persecution, and it is so anti-American. It is
the same shit over and over.
So, Matt, here's a
this
question.
is what
for
they
you.
do in communist societies. You go against the government. They persecute you to the highest level. They tarnish you. In some countries, they kill you. In this country, fortunately, they're not to that publicly yet. Who knows if we could get there? But at the end of the day, we need to understand that the way the way we battle this is by taking care of ourselves, by coming off of the grid, off of the system as much as we can, putting forth our efforts, our money, our energy, our time, our mental space into ourselves and our communities, coming back together, and do not agree with fake shit. Doesn't matter if your political side or their political side or mine or yours or what color your skin is or what religion you are. If it is fake, it's fake. Tell the truth. Do not just agree because CNN or Fox News told you to agree. That's what we have to do because it's likely that it's both a lie.
I think
likely.
when I am almost positive when Ian clips that out and makes a short of it, you are going to be called a bearded asswipe for sure.
Which is my preferred nomenclature. It's actually my best friends call me bearded asswipe.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Especially in the comments. Yes,
it's a term of endearment.
So here's my worry, Matt.
Listen, we need to stand up for the truth. The masks didn't work. And if you're still walking around with a mask on, with a space in the side of it and a beard, and you're breathing in it's not going to stop a virus. Stop pretending
There's a guy
it
that
is.
picks up at my kid's school with the mask and just like half his mouth is out of it and his whole nose. I'm like, what are you
How
even
about the
doing,
guy at
man?
Walmart that's been wearing the same one for 4 years?
Yeah. Dude, it's just...
It's like a big, it looks like the gas mask in the army.
We as a society of bearded asswipes.
Yeah, we are all bearded asswipes.
We need to ensure you're a bearded asswipe too.
Thank you.
Asswipe. You're the only non-bearded asswipe. You're just an asswipe. You're a non-bearded
You're a
asswipe.
shaved asswipe.
You're the beautiful asswipe.
Lovely too. Lovely asswipe.
We as a society just need to stand up for the truth and stop buying into the propaganda. A criminal is a criminal. It's not some underprivileged person. Someone with a mental disorder has a mental disorder.
A boy is a boy.
A boy is a boy. Masks don't work. If don't try, the vaccine you don't get to say it worked if what they said was that it's going to stop and prevent the transmission and the contraction of a virus, and then you can get and transmit the virus. It doesn't work.
Well, the fourth thing they said it does works though.
Oh, of course.
It limits
Get a
your
booster.
chance.
The 6th booster works.
Listen, speak the truth. The way we fight this is with truth. That's it. It's not a conspiracy theorist. You're not a conspiracy theorist. It's not a conspiracy theory if you say that a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. You're not that. You're not a conspiracy theorist. If you say that they're poisoning our food, you're not a conspiracy theorist. That's a known fact. They admit to it. Read the label. Read the label of your shit. You're not a conspiracy theorist if you say that food is causing cancer. Just like you're not if you say the media is lying. that our government lies to us, that our government has killed humans for the benefit of themselves and control. That's a fact. You're not a conspiracy theorist. We just need to stand for the truth. And if I don't care what side of the aisle they're on, if they tell you a lie, just say, "Oh, that's a lie." And I'm not going to believe it. And I'm not going to go along with my political party just because they're all parroting the same nonsense that they saw on their media channel. It's a lie.
So, Matt, I got a question for you.
Mic drop.
So how do we and people in general prepare for what is coming the next year? Because this is only going to, because the election's next year. It's a year away. This is only going to get worse. Trump's witch hunt's going to get worse. You think this shit's crazy? I could see 5 more trials popping up as the election comes closer. I mean, how do you, other than doing your own research, watching all news, I mean, how can people
news.
even find the news? Like, because this is going to, you think the election in 2020 was a shit show. I think this is going to be insane. And who knows, we might not even be allowed to vote.
We'll have another virus too, or something break out.
Yeah, I mean,
Some
get your
scare-
masks and
scare
get your arm ready for the shots coming at you. No, I mean, what do we do to prepare?
Move off grid.
Deny the lies. Most people do not have the ability to move off the grid. You know,
I know.
That's the shame. You know, what would we do? Yeah, disconnect from the system, make yourself ungovernable, make it to where you're completely independent, do not need the government. This way they can take and take and take. Enough people do it. But in short, what do we do to prepare? I don't know, get your health in order, which we're all working on. Make sure you are as strong mentally and physically as you can. Come off of the drugs, come off of your alcohol, come off of everything, clear your mind so you can think straight. Number 1. Number 2, stack your money. Change your spending habits right now. Stop buying stupid shit. Stop wasting your money. Liquidate any bullshit you have. Get your finances as well and in order as you can. Get your health as well and as order as you can. Say no to lies. Demand that we speak truth, and that you want to speak whatever you speak. That's fine. Demand that we are able to speak the truth. Use our voices to discuss lies. Vote in person and demand at the ballot boxes that people vote in person. Get out in your community and talk to use your voice. And I think as far as physical preparation, I don't know. We saw what happened with the riots and the looting. You see how many innocent Americans had people in their businesses stealing, robbing, shutting down their businesses, setting them on fire, destroying their livelihood. Make sure your insurance is up to date. Arm yourself.
Damn right, yeah.
I mean, learn how to shoot a gun, just like you learn how to use your voice. If you have a right, if you don't use it, you lose it. We've said it 1,000 times on the show. Arm yourself. Teach your kids how to shoot. Stop talking about, the government propaganda. Guns are scary. Learn how to use them. They're less scary. Riding a bike is scary too. Driving a car is scary too. But the more you do it, the less scary it is. So I don't know.
Someone using a gun that doesn't know how to use it's fucking scary.
Absolutely.
Teach your kids how to use a gun.
Teach your kids how to use a gun. Prepare yourself. And I don't know. I don't want to go as far as. Yeah, I could go all the way down this rabbit hole, but I mean, food sources, long-term, non-perishable food source, who knows what they're going to do to our food supply. Power grid, a generator would be a nice thing to have.
Toilet paper.
Going into toilet paper. We need to make sure we have toilet paper, people. I mean, we saw what they did last election. I mean, the riots, who knows what they're going to do? But I think
that's what we do know. Anything is possible because we've seen it, and we also know we haven't seen the worst. That's a sad thing.
It's hard to imagine after what we've already been through. How bad it could get. But I mean, yeah, man, I think getting chickens and gardening is cool. But at the end of the day, you better have a big ass garden if you want to feed your whole family.
Damn right.
Because good luck. But I think buying a deep freezer, getting your hands on a half a cow or whatever, some ground beef, some protein, all sorts of shit to do. But at the end of the day, that's all short term. I mean, you have to resist, and the way we resist is by not falling into their traps and demanding that our politicians speak the truth, and that if we have friends and communities who are parroting the politician crap and vice versa, we have to stand up for it, man.
Yep.
Like, don't be afraid to engage in truth. Ask questions. I'm not real good at this, doing it in like a nice, calm, civil discussion. Maybe you guys can shed some light on that and do better. But ultimately, if someone is forcing you to say things that just downright aren't true, and they're doing things that downright aren't true, speak up before you can't anymore.
Yes, sir.
Speak up. Anyway, enjoyed the discussion. Anything else you guys want to talk about today?
I think we're wrapping.
I'd like to wrap because my blood pressure has gone from chill,
I saw you were
drinking
so
coffee.
chill. You were chill, and then about 5 minutes into that, you just.
Yeah, because it's such bullshit.
Yep.
Whatever, man. Hopefully, Ian, cut all of this whole episode out and then just put the intro in the closing. All right, if nothing else, you guys want to close
So
this
you mean
thing?
do the original intro?
Yeah, original intro, and then that's it. Close it out.
Because we had the closeout on it too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did go full episode. That was
Yeah.
nice. All right, anyway. All right. Thanks for joining us. Got anything to say?
Good to go.
Ian, tell her where to find us.
If you enjoyed this, please make sure you help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it greatly helps out the channel.
Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast.
You got anything else, honey?
Nope.
Of course you
These are
don't.
my favorite. The where I just go like this.
Yeah, you just kind of,
Yeah.
dude,
You
we
mean
get
like
on
this?
these things and a lot of shit. Anyway, thank you, people, for your support and your love. We appreciate it. And as always, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Peace.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.